My name is Nassim Sabs.
Let me ask you a question. Has anything ever happened to you that you couldn't explain? That made you feel sort of foolish when you tried to tell somebody about it? Well, if it has, you have plenty of company, as you'll soon see.
This is the way nightmares begin, or perhaps end. Very simple, direct, unadorned. Incredible, and yet so terribly real that even while they're happening, we live with them and digest them and assimilate them. We were preoccupied with the hands on a clock when we should have been checking off a calendar. The world went on, much as it had been going on, with a tentative tiptoeing alongside a precipice of crisis. There was Berlin to worry about, and Indochina, and Algeria, and all the other myriad problems, major and minor, that somehow had lost their incisive edge of horror because we were so familiar with them. And then, that's when we first heard that they had come. That's when we should have prepared ourselves for any eventuality. But we didn't. Instead, we milled around like frightened farm animals.
Respectfully submitted for your perusal, a Canamit. Height a little over 9 feet. Weight in the neighborhood of 350 pounds. Origin unknown. Motives? Therein hangs the tale. For in just a moment, we're going to ask you to shake hands figuratively with a Christopher Columbus from another galaxy and another time. This is the Twilight Zone.
Ladies and gentlemen of the Earth, we greet you in peace and friendship. We come from a planet far beyond this galaxy, a planet far more developed than Earth, but we come as friends. Our intentions are honorable. We desire above all things to help the people of Earth, to establish embassies here, and in the near future to set up reciprocal visits between Earth people and Canamites. Although we know your language, our own methods of communication are mental rather than verbal.
Precisely why have you chosen this planet for your visit?
It has come to our attention that Earth has been plagued by both natural and unnatural catastrophes, all of which could easily be acted upon and prevented. We are here to help you.
Are we to assume that there is no ulterior motive?
Well, there is nothing ulterior in our motives, nothing at all. You will discover this for yourselves before too long, simply by testing the various devices which we will make available to you. We ask only that you trust us. Only that you simply trust us.
Perhaps you watched this initial questioning. Most people on Earth did. And surely some of the questions asked by your representatives must have been identical to more than a few of your own. Because as a race, we are unaccustomed to charity. Brutality is a far more universal language to us than an expression of friendship from outer space. They were 9 feet tall enigmas who descended on us like locusts. But nobody was counting or worrying. Except perhaps a few professionals whose job it was to second guess. In a sense, I was one of these, a decoding specialist for the United States government. And this is where I got into the act.
That Canamit, or whatever it is he calls himself, walked off and left this book yesterday at the UN. The White House seems to feel that if we can decipher what this book says, we can find out what these Canamites are up to.
We've licked the title anyway.
What does it say? To serve man. I hope so. I fervently hope so.
Please check your guest visas. This is flight number 267 from Earth to our planet.
But it's an entire planet, bigger than China. Besides, it's an opportunity to spread peaceful coexistence through an entire galaxy. Stand aside, please. I have diplomatic visa.
They tell me they have a mean temperature of 76 degrees on their planet, and the sun never goes down.
It's just one big holiday when you get there. They've even got a form of baseball or something like it. Leagues and everything, just like we've got.
And the whole trip, billions of miles, only takes just a few days.
Oh, man, I don't think I'll want to come back once we do get there.
And their clothing. It's a metallic substance, just beautiful, kind of like a spun gold. My sister wrote me. She says the day you land, they take you on a conducted tour of all their shops, and you can pick out as much of it as you want.
We will be taking off in 3 minutes.
Mr. Chambers, don't get on that ship. The rest of the book, it's a cookbook.
No! No!
How about you? You still on Earth or on the ship with me? It really doesn't make very much difference because sooner or later, we'll all of us be on the menu.
The recollections of one Michael Chambers, or more simply stated, the evolution of man. The cycle of going from dust to dessert. The metamorphosis from being a ruler of a planet to an ingredient in someone's soup. It's tonight's bill of fare from the Twilight Zone.